So this is our msp430 launchpad. So now we are going to send the data and receive the data to port 1 and port 2. Port 1 consists of totally 8 pins and port 2 consists of totally 8 pins. So 8 plus 8 16, and the remaining are test signal, X in, X out and ground. So now the thing is, while writing the program, certain instructions are used. So we will see that one. So the first thing is, either it may be a port 1 or port 2. Okay, the thing is, we have to use the instruction p suffix x in. So if the x represents the port, if it is port 1, we are going to write down as p1 in. Okay, so let me write here. If it is p1, okay, this is if it is p first port, then I am going to write down p1. That represents the p1 dir or p1 out. So it is already this is p1 in means in the first port, if any value is going to be taken from outside, it is going to read the inputs from that pin. Okay, so then you are going to take the instruction p suffix x in. So to next, let us first of all see the what is generalized, what is the meaning of this instructions. Px out means we are going to send the value through this pins to outside of the launchpad, that is the IO interfacing. Okay, any out for to any external device. Next, px dir, it means that we are going to give the directions to the pin, which pins are should be taken into consideration to send the data and receive the data. Before the starting of the program itself, we have to give the instruction. Next one is a p1 select and px select and px select 2, select 1, select 2. So these are the used to set the function of the pins to 1 to 3 different modes are there. So if it is going to use for digital IO, then we are going to use one value. If it is going to use only for peripheral, then we are going to use another value. So these instructions are not necessary in our program, in this laboratory, in this whatever the programs we are going to see. Just the thing is, we are going to see this one, first one, p in, p out, dir and px ren. Especially this p in and px are going to be seen in the second experiment push button, and the remaining thing p1 out, px out and px dir are these two are going to use for all the 4 programs. Okay, this is going to use for 1, 2 and 3, 4. All the 4 programs we are going to use here. So now let us see, the x represents the port. So suppose if I am going to take p1 dir, it means that port 1, in port 1 which pins should be made as high, or which pins we are going to send the data and receive the data. So suppose if I am going to take, these are the pins here. In the first experiment, we will make p1.0 as high here. Okay, so we are going to send the data to this one. So because to this p1.0 the red LED will be connected, దీనికి రెడ్ ఎల్ఈడి కనెక్ట్ అయ్యింది. సో ఇక్కడ హై చేస్తాం. సో అప్పుడు ఏం వాట్ ఈస్ ద థింగ్ దట్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు రైట్ హియర్, p1 అవుట్ ఆర్ p1 dir is equal to dir is equal to 0x 01. Okay, it means that in port 1 the first pin is going to set its direction. So from that pin we can take the input or we can send the data to that pin, that is p1.0. Okay, so this is about this p1 dir, and p1 out means we are going to send the data. Okay, we have first of all we have given the direction. Next we are going to send the data to that pin. Okay, whenever you are going to send the data, that pin is going to become high. Next, px in, either it may port 1. If it is port 1, we are going to write p1. If it is port 2, we are going to write down as p2. Okay, na port 2 నుంచి తీసుకోవాలనుకుంటే p2 out అని రాస్తారు ఇక్కడ. Okay, p2 out. We are going to write it as p2 out is equal to port 2. From port 2, we are going to take the output. Okay, we are going to take the output here. So this is about the main 4 instructions we are going to use in this programming. Okay, so we will see how we are going to use this one in the next coming first experiment.